All right, so I'm here with Michael Minnick. We are in Colorado, and we're going to share a story of kind of how to grow your business with Scout Team. So one of the questions that a lot of you have is, how do I find someone else? How do I stop trading my time for money? How do I go about it and find someone to do the scouting for me? How do I know they're not going to steal my business? How much do I pay them? Michael figured that out for you, so we brought him in. He's fairly new to books, so we'll get a little bit of his story. And then we're excited to kind of share kind of how he set it up, and he'll give you kind of the tips and tricks for how to run an effective library sale with a Scout Team. So Michael, tell us just a bit about yourself and how you got into books.
Pretty fresh to books. Almost, you could treat me almost like a new seller on Amazon, but I've been on Amazon for 3 years. I've got a successful bundle that I sell there. I've kind of tried wholesale, experimented with the private label, did RA in the early days, but essentially kind of reawakened when I learned about books. The fact there's a lot less risk and you're not dealing with invoices and books are everywhere. It just clicked, and I realized I could make a lot of money and focus on just one category and be really good at that.
Now you don't do anything lightly. Tell us a little bit about your vehicle, what you got for, you jumped right into books, and what are you driving out there?
I do have it kind of was a reason to help avoid some income tax, but I did purchase a big Dodge ProMaster high roof 2500 van, so it can handle pallets. We filled it with books all the way to the top so far, so weight's not an issue. Books are heavy, so yeah, it translates to some of my other business stuff I do too. But I've realized it's going to be we call it the Bookmobile, like the Batmobile, but it's the Bookmobile.
And you've got some marketing on it as well.
Yeah, I purchased magnets that basically say I try to make books sound, even though they are unwanted. I'm looking for the person who wants they're a heavy, annoying object in their life. So I think the verbiage goes: unwanted books collecting dust, ? Free pickup. So we're trying to insinuate that we almost want them for free and we want to get them out of your hair. And so far that's working. We're not getting a ton of hits, but it's free. It cost me a few $100 to buy these magnets, stick them on the van. Actually, a little old lady just called me the other day and said she's got about 400 books, a few laptops, and some other media. She just wants it out at no cost, just hauled out.
Yeah.
So even if it's junk, we can find a way to donate it or recycle it.
And it's a great tip too. A lot of you are kind of shy, and I was at first too, about telling people that I was reselling, and I didn't, I thought they'd get offended or be weirded out by it. The more you're out there, especially Mike's got his van working for him now. Someone's going to see that sign and go, I've got a pile of books in my basement.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can, one, just get rid of them. They're heavy. Maybe make a few bucks. That's cool. And, the more you talk about what you do, the more doors that opens up. So that's a
well,
great way
and
to do
don't
it.
be hesitant. If you have a car, you can buy a magnet probably from Vistaprint. I think I use signs.com for 10, 15, 20 bucks. Put it on the side of your car and just have it say, I don't know, free book pickup or something like I have, unwanted. We do have a second magnet that says we pay cash for college textbooks. And it says text your ISBN number or call your ISBN number or enter it in our website. We haven't got a lot of hits with that yet, but again, I've only been running this a few weeks. And it's a one-time cost. And it's essentially everywhere you go, you have a chance of somebody. I have seen probably 8 or 9, usually older men, take out their cell phone and snap photos of the van.
So
I know
they either think you're good looking.
Yeah, well,
or hopefully
that happens often. So.
Hopefully they're coming after.
But yeah, I do have people that I'm thinking, hey, are they going to call soon? Because I've had multiple people snap photos of. That's a great way to remember what it says and remember the phone number. So yeah, but that's a cool way to get free books. And I typically tell people we're a for-profit business, but for about every 100 I receive from you, I'm probably going to sell 6 of them. And the rest I'm going to find a good place, home for them, donate them, and at worst case, recycle them.
Yep. Don't end up in a landfill. That's kind of the key.
So, but a lot of people just want them out of their space.
All right, so you're fairly new to books. We got a couple big library sales in Denver, so you were getting ready, and this was your first library
This will be a first ever Yep, big book sale. Yep, the only thing I've done is thrift stores, library, ongoing sales, but never a big, stand in line, run in the door and get crazy book
Yep.
sale.
So again, you didn't just want to jump in and just kind of test the waters and do it yourself. You wanted to go big. And so tell us a little bit about, you wanted to build a team.
Yep, familiar with Scout IQ, like it, heard about the team mode, and just, it makes more sense. If I can grab 100 books or 80 books, why not just have multiple people? The more books you buy, the more books you sell, the more money you make. So
instead of going to a sale, just you,
yes.
You've got 2 hours for the preview sale. You're going to grab as many books as you can, but there's also 50 other people in there sorting.
Yeah.
So if you can get in there and have 2 or 3 people helping, you get, twice or 3 times the number of books.
Pretty common sense. And, the app allows you to do that now. So I did pay to get 2 separate, team account people on board. I already had some people in my life. I mean, I think you literally could have your brother, your sister, your grandma. I mean, it's just push a button once you get it going. So
you had an employee that came with you?
Yeah, I have an older gentleman that's typically my main employee, helps me pack my bundle. Asked him to go, and then his daughter helps often. So she's in her late 30s. He's 66. She's a little more technologically inclined. Him, not so much.
So this older guy, he'd never scouted books before.
Yeah, Brent, never scouted books. No interest in books. Just, hey, I'll pay you some money, push a button. So he got no training whatsoever.
So what did his setup look like? You got him a barcode scanner?
He already has an iPhone. It's a tinier. It's an older one.
Yeah, probably 6 or something.
Yeah, even older maybe.
Really?
I don't remember. I know I had it years ago. So he's got the square, tinier.
Yep.
The software went on there, no problem. The database.
So you gave him a login.
Yep, gave him a login.
Hidden mode or full mode?
He was full mode or hidden.
Okay,
definitely him would be hidden because
so no decisions to make.
No decisions to make. Just it's either green, buy it, and he's real intimidated. I kind of could feel as we were coming up to the sale that he was maybe worried. But I kind of saw, look, it's going to show green. All you have to know is how to push a button. So if you can push an elevator button, if you can push one button on a keyboard.
So push the scanner.
Point and push.
Yep.
So I got him out of his uncomfort zone because he's technologically kind of afraid.
Yep.
And he ended up being my main scouter because I had a issue with Bluetooth on the other phone, not a Scout IQ issue, but
this is actually worth explaining. So the daughter, you figured she's more tech savvy.
Yeah.
No training involved. Literally gave her a scanner, set up the app, same setup, right?
Yeah.
Hidden mode.
Yeah.
And got into the sale, and it wasn't working.
Yeah, we got in the sale. You walk in the door. Everyone, I thought people might even run. People didn't run. They probably walked fast. And all of a sudden, I was seeing sections get picked out. So I grabbed one. She grabbed one. In about 2 minutes, she came back to me and said, "It's not working." It ended up being just a simple Bluetooth pairing issue. The scanner wasn't connecting to the phone. It was vibrating. I thought it was. And I didn't know where to go because I was in the middle of just scanning, throwing books in the cart. So I didn't know if my time was better spent spending 30 minutes getting her up and running. So lesson learned, if you're going to go to a book sale, the software is going to do the job for you, but you should probably have a couple books in the car and be scanning them. We thought we were paired, ready to go. We weren't. So that left me with just my 66-year-old guy in hidden mode.
Yep.
I sent his daughter over just to help him get barcodes pulled out and flipped and just, overall to be our book runner. And he got flying.
That's really helpful. When we've done sales in the past, we'll bring a few people in, and one person's always the runner.
Mm-hmm.
When we have a full box, we'll raise our hand. They'll come grab the box, give us a new one. That allows people to just stay in a rhythm and go through and scan, and one person can kind of just keep the eyes open.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, so you have one older gentleman helping you out. How did he do?
He did great. I mean, I pulled in, I don't know what the numbers between us, unfortunately. We did pull 167 books.
In how long?
In an hour and 45 minutes. And that's also with me having some downtime trying to figure out our tech pairing issue, which again wasn't the Scout IQ software. It was just a simple pairing issue. We figured it out at Chili's afterwards.
Naturally.
And I was like, you dummy, you should have just been scanning a few books in the car before we went in.
Well, it's worth mentioning. We get customers a lot of times reaching out in a panic, and it's important. Test your software, test the database, test your scanner, make sure everything's charged, and be ready to go in, because it gets hectic in a sale.
It's hectic. And so he was. I didn't even pay attention the whole time. I mean, once I knew he was scanning the barcode on the back of the book, I just said, hey, grab history, hey, grab science, pointed, and there was no hour and 45 minutes of, nobody coming to me, nobody, just a separate person piling books. Literally should have had 5, 6, 7 people doing it. So total success.
What was your total list price? I think you told me.
Like how many?
So you got about 167 books with 2 people, hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. And what was your total list price, do you think?
You mean the average?
Or average list price or total? Like how'd you do? Are these $10 books, $20 books?
Well, it's funny because, again, that's how new I am. I'm still even learning Exceller list. I mean, I don't know where you even see your total average.
You can pull it up and get some of that.
Yeah.
We'll share that in the video.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm looking at that top screen where we're $978 profit.
Okay.
Average sales rank of 624, but I don't know. That's how new I am to this.
So you got about $1,000 of profit if everything sells at those prices.
$1,000 profit in an hour and 45 minutes.
Not bad.
And essentially, I could have had a much, we had 1 team member.
So if it was just you, maybe $500 profit.
Yeah.
You get 2 team members. He probably, even if he wasn't as fast as you, he's still adding $400 or $500 of profit for the 2 hours.
Yeah, and his daughter would have been the speedier of the 2. I mean, it's that simple, really. I think that's all it is. Push a button and point at the barcode.
Yeah. So you can bring in someone that's not tech savvy.
Yeah,
help you out.
exactly.
How'd you pay him?
I paid probably a little, maybe better than you have to. I paid $20 an hour cash. We are changing my business soon, where especially using team mode more and planning to scale my business with team members. Everyone's going to start getting 1099s, and we're going to get a little more up and up on how people are paid. But right now it's $20 an hour cash, which I think is probably stretching what I had to do. These are some people that are likely long-term employees, not just onesies, so I'm trying to treat them a little better.
Well, we actually talk about this at our conferences too. As a business owner, you have 2 options, and you're not going to be one or the other. You'll be somewhere in between. You can either pay people as little as possible and try and squeeze as much work out of them, and you run the risk of turnover, and then you just assume you can find somebody else. Or you go the other end of the spectrum and say, I'm going to pay them as much as I possibly can. My job is to run the business efficiently, to earn a good profit and be able to pay people really well. Yeah. And you won't be on either end typically. You'll be somewhere in the middle, but that's kind of your philosophy.
Exactly.
So you're saying, hey, these people are long term.
Yeah, I lean more that way. It makes more sense to me to pay people, have people invested in your business to where they feel part of the business, where they want to grow with you and where they have the opportunity to make more. And most of those 2 folks who are kind of essentially employees now both understand the more money I make, the more money you're going to make.
Put you both on the same team.
And I always feel like I'm paying less than I should, or but I'm like, hey, just keep growing with me. You're gonna start making more and more as we grow. You see McDonald's and all these businesses that just constantly have a we're hiring thing. For their business model, it must work to have a constant turnaround, but I'd rather have people invested in my business who you can trust, who are going to have your back, who are going to... I got the retired guy who's always great, packs my stuff, and now I'm confident, he just probably will take 2 or 3 times to be a little quicker, but it worked, just pushed a button, and he was seeing green, and he was, by the end, he had a huge cart full of books, so... and that was probably, the toughest person you could bring on. I mean, it's a 66-year-old man who's not tech savvy whatsoever, and he was still chucking books in the cart.
Love to hear it.
So
where do you go from here? Do you just kind of start going out and going to all of the sales within a 4-hour drive and bring a team with you? Are you starting to send your scouts to thrift stores? How do you keep scaling the business from here?
We've got, naturally with the younger gal, she just said, I've got a friend, so you'll get employees. I think they're fairly easy to obtain. So naturally, that just came about. Hey, I've got a friend. She's a teacher. She always likes side money. So I didn't even have to hire. It was just the one girl I already trusted said, hey, can I bring another person? So they just went out for the first time to ARC Thrift here in town. I think it was 47 or 48 books. They started at Goodwill, which I told them is iffy because Goodwill's doing a bit of scanning. They were slower there. They came back with about 14 books. I said, yeah, hit up this other thrift store, and they came back with 47 in just a couple hours, and again, new scanners.
And you're paying them hourly again?
$14 an hour.
And then reimbursing the books?
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
I just said, here's cash, and bring back the receipt.
Perfect.
That it seems real easy. One way I was telling you earlier was we go to like an IHOP, and there's a server that's always good every time. All I just simply said one day was, hey, do you ever want to make any side money? I've got a book business.
Because that doesn't sound sketch at all.
Yeah.
Hey, you're doing great. Do you want to earn some money on the side?
Yeah.
I promise it's legal.
Yeah, right. No, it kind of explained the business, and he was just, I haven't utilized him yet, but real fast, just eating at a breakfast place, you can find somebody who wants to make side money. And especially once you start telling people, hey, all you got to do is go and push a button. It for people, that sounds like it's not like you're saying, hey, I need you to pour cement and lay brick and in the sun for 7 hours. And once you say, hey, it's going to be an air-conditioned place, you're just going to push a button and scan. So I think obtaining a team should be very easy. Whether you could run an ad on Craigslist, I'm more social, so I just look for people a lot of times who are already employed.
Well, and
doing a good job.
Yeah, so you look for someone doing a good job. The other thing, like you mentioned, is once you have somebody good, ask for referrals. They've got friends that are probably cut out of the same cloth as they are, and you can find very good people that way.
Yeah.
So
I think with Team Mode, obtaining people to help is pretty easy if you offer a decent wage and you explain how easy the job is going to be. So I don't think, you sum it all up, I think you've got a software that essentially someone just has to know how to push one button. Even if they're not tech savvy, you can stand in front of the book sale and get their phone all the way where it needs to be. I downloaded the app for them, I downloaded the database for them, I did a lot of that. And it depends on your level of who you're dealing with. Somebody might be over the phone, say, hey, go to the app store and just download Scout IQ. The wrong person, they might say, well, what's the app store? So my team, like the older guy, I just said, I'm going to get everything ready on his phone and then just push a button. So, all I want to do is have like 9 to 10 people now at a book sale. And 7 or 8 people who are randomly hitting thrift stores for me throughout the week. I just have to watch my, you got to pay these people, so you got to keep an eye on that. But the more books are going in, the quicker the money should come out to where you can easily afford employees and
that's great.
Scale fast.
So a lot of people start doing books as a side hustle. They're not ready to just jump in and quit their day job, and this is a perfect way to do it. If you can find some people, again, I always say leverage software, don't leverage people, but leverage software and try and treat people really well. If you can do that, you can kind of build this business on the side. There's really only 2 jobs we have. We talked about this earlier. Amazon brings all the customers to us. The software is telling you if it's a good buy or not. You don't have to know much about the industry. You just have to be creative with your sourcing and then set up some sort of systems. Those are the 2 things that go hand in hand. And so as you grow your business, work on the systems, work on improving your efficiency, outsource it as well, remove yourself from the equation. Yeah. And this should be a great chance to scale up.
Yeah, I could see easily working a very full-time job and training someone very quickly how to go to a thrift store and buy books and just have that flow coming in. You might not ever even have to source books yourself. You just have 2 or 3 people that do it, and eventually you can get someone to list them too. But yeah, it's awesome. It was great. The only thing I was bummed about my pairing issue, which was my own issue and a lesson learned, and not having more. I could even halfway through the sale, I said I should have had 9 people in here.
Because you went back the next day and even bought more books.
Yeah.
So cool. Well, thanks for sharing your story.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, no problem.